everyone, I hope that you're all doing alright. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if it's your first time here. If you are new here, hello, my name is Hutch and I love everything to do with The Sims, predominantly a builder, but I also do gameplay from time to time and cast videos as well, so if you're interested in that then feel free to subscribe. Also, little announcement before I get into what this speed build is and all about the collab that this build is part of. I am thinking of going back to live streaming. I think I've mentioned it in one of my videos like recently, maybe the last one, I can't remember. I feel like I mentioned it, but either way I'm thinking about live streaming again, and this time it'll be on my channel so that I don't really have to commit to like more of a schedule on Twitch. If you didn't know, I did used to stream on Twitch, but it was just a lot of, I don't know, it was just a lot. It were a lot of energy, a lot of time. I felt like I couldn't really focus on making videos and also streaming and also having like a healthy routine and sort of, you know, keeping up with my housework and like family jobs and, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, I stopped streaming over on Twitch, and I have kind of mentioned before, like I don't think I'll make a return to it as like a regular sort of thing. The thing with streaming on Twitch, if obviously like with Twitch you only stream over there, you do kind of need a routine, otherwise like people are not really going to be interested in watching, and then it's kind of like pointless doing it, like just streaming to yourself, I guess. I mean, if you do stream and you stream to 0 viewers, like keep going, it will work out if you just sort of persevere and get through that like hurdle. But for me, I like to have a routine. I don't like to just randomly go live on Twitch, and you know what I mean, it's more of a platform where you do need some sort of schedule, and that just weren't really happening. Whereas YouTube, I feel like, because I mainly post like speed builds and that, going live every once in a while, it's, you know, I've already got my audience there. I don't have to like worry about it, you know, disappearing after so many days or whatever. I don't know, I just think it's better. I think it's a better idea, and I've not streamed on YouTube before, so I want to try it out, want to see how it all sort of works. And yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in any live streams. I'm thinking of doing like a build live stream at first. I probably will stick to like build live streams and things like that, but I think when the new pack comes out I do want to play with it. I am really excited for it. I think everybody is, for the new expansion pack that's coming out. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So like I said, let me know in the comments if you are interested in that, or if you're not bothered. Either way, at least this way, doing it on my channel, it shouldn't interfere with my regular schedule. Hopefully we'll see what happens. But yeah, anyway, for today's build, this build is part of an absolutely massive collab between myself and like over 160 other builders in The Sims. It's hosted by Simakai, Sophie the Sim and Plummy Sims. I will link to the save file in the description. For once, and I think this is like one of the best organized collabs that I've ever done, a lot of the times the save file isn't ready till after like everybody's posted and everything. This time the save file is ready before, so as of recording, as you're watching this video, the save file is ready. So let me go over what the save file actually is, because there's a lot of like information I need to put out there. Well, there's not, but if there's more than 2 bits of information, my brain just can't function. So I'm going to go over what the save file actually is. So myself and, like I said, 160 plus other simmers. I don't know the exact number, but I'm just going with 160 plus. But yeah, myself and those other simmers have put together a save file where we've remade all of the worlds, all of the lots, just completely remade everything, which you're probably thinking, right? And it's pack restricted. So if you download the save file and you've only got Snowy Escape, Base Game and Eco Lifestyle, you're only going to have those worlds like remade with like Sims and, you know, that sort of thing, builds, houses, community lots, and you don't have to worry about the packs not matching. Sometimes with save files the packs are not restricted, so you know, if there's a house in the save file that uses Parenthood and you don't have Parenthood, they'll be missing items. Whereas this save file, it's all completely pack restricted, so the base game portions are only base game. My build only uses the items from Snowy Escape, and yeah, it's just really good. There's a bunch of Sims that have been remade as well, so like the Goths, some families from Eco Lifestyle I think are still in it. There's a couple of like families that have been kept the same and like builds sort of remade and all that sort of thing. Ton of community lots, just my god, there's just so many and it's just really good. So yeah, I'm really excited to be a part of it. And to be fair, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not great at collabs. If you don't know basically how a collab works in The Sims 4 when it comes to building, at least in my experiences, if there's a bunch of simmers that are all building, you'll get invited to the collab by the host or, you know, a co-host or something like that, and then you might be assigned a lot or you pick a lot, and it's usually like a couple of months before the collab is due to be like announced. So I've been in a medieval save collab where we remade Henford on Bagley into like a medieval town. I've been part of a collab where it was just base game builds, that we remade the base game world. And this is actually the biggest collab that I've ever been in, I think. I don't think I've ever been in a collab where like we've remade the entire like game and the lots and everything. But yeah, with this one I was invited, and it was, I think it was like December or January, I can't remember. I feel like it were ages ago. So there were plenty of time for me to do my build, and I started on the shell like when I first sort of got invited, like I was messing about with it, and then don't know what happened to that shell. I had like a nice little idea for a modern family home, and then I lost that shell and then I forgot about it, and then I checked my notes like yesterday after I've already like done this build and everything. In my notes is all the details of that build and what I wanted to build and everything. So basically I've built something twice for it, even though I only had to do something once. But yeah, the short version of that is I'm very last minute with this one, because I like started building, forgot about it, and then I got a Discord notification being like, posting teasers like in 2 days, we've extended the deadline, and I was like, thank god, because I've not even started. So I like quickly rushed and built something, did like the exterior and everything, and like took some pictures for like a teaser, and yeah, I got there. But most collabs that I've been in, I'm very much like last minute, so I might as well stick to what I know really. But no, I recommend if you're ever part of a collab, get it done like as quick as possible, and then you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it was my first time actually exporting like tray files and stuff, and then the day after I did it, turned out that the Sims 4 tray importer thing, the website was like hacked or something, and everybody were like, delete it right now. So I'm like, oh my god, what are chances the one time I used something that I've never used before, it suddenly gets hacked and whatever else. Same thing happened with G-Shade. Loved using G-Shade, it runs perfectly, absolutely like so happy with it, and then it's like, oh actually you need to uninstall it because it's got malware in it. So yeah, I was like, nice one. So if you're not on any social media and you do have G-Shade, I'll link to get rid of it, but I'll link there's like a Tumblr post, I was supposed to do it, and that by my friend Sim Drailer, they made that. So there's a ton out there, like if you just look on Twitter like remove G-Shade or something like that, or if you just Google it, I think there should be like a tutorial. But yeah, that were a whole thing if you use G-Shade. And then yeah, the Sims 4 tray importer, that ended up being a problem. But yeah, it's just typical, isn't it? Not ever goes right with this game. Even like third party things, something has to go wrong with it. But yeah, I managed to sort out the tray importer has been updated now, so you should get the new one. But yeah, I don't know the full ins and outs of it. I just got a Discord notification and I uninstalled immediately, made sure that there were no files connected to it, and we're just like, get gone. But yeah, I think I'm actually going to start though and upload tray files to like a website or something. I'm thinking of starting my own website, but I just don't know how to go about it. A couple of people have recommended Squarespace, and then a couple of people have recommended GoDaddy, and I'm not sure if I feel comfortable associating myself with something that's got daddy in the title, because that, you know, word has just been ruined by the internet for me. I mean, I've always found the word a bit uncomfortable, but yeah, I don't know if I don't care how good it is, it just makes me uncomfortable. But yeah, I've been thinking about setting up a website where I would just have like my tray files and stuff from my builds. But yeah, let me know. I think just because I'd want everything in one place, and I want to be able to like, I don't know, just keep track of everything. And yeah, I don't really explain why I want a website, but I just do. I think it'd be a good idea. And I'd have like my contact email on there, and you know, what mods I use, like stuff like that. I could just set up a Tumblr, but I don't really want to. The thing with the website is everybody can access it. You don't need an account to like go on the website. You just need to have internet access. Whereas Tumblr, if I ever go on Tumblr, I have to scroll for a little bit and then it's like sign in to see more. And I'm like, I've got to, I don't want a Tumblr account though, just to look at this one piece of CC that I wanted to look at pictures of. Or like it's same with Twitter, like that used to make you log in. And I only made a Twitter initially to get like Sims 4 news and stuff, because the Sims team like announce things on Twitter like a bit quicker, I guess, or there's like more stuff. Like the Sim Gurus are on there like talking about things and you can like see it. So I wanted to follow it because of that, or have a Twitter because of that. But yeah, there's just too many platforms to keep up with, and I figured a website would be the easiest place. So yeah, let me know if you think that's a good idea, and feel free to recommend some like website domain providers and stuff like that as well. Also, I will say for the kitchen, I put that bookshelf in. It's actually clipping through the wall, so total oversight by me, but when you download the build, if you want to download it, you'll probably see like a glimpse of it. But if you do want to download the build, just keep in mind that, you know, it's poking out of the wall a little bit. I mean, it kind of looks like a little design on the wall. You wouldn't necessarily know it was the bookshelf, I guess. But yeah, just keep that in mind. It was just something that I left in by mistake. I should have altered it, but I didn't notice it. But yeah, I guess I didn't really talk about who this build is for. So like I said, I were going to build like a family home, and I ended up just making it a home for like a couple. I've actually built them a home before. It's the photographer's home, I think I did. I made a couple of Sims for that. I just gave them a makeover and built this house for them. They're quite like a creative couple, and I just wanted to sort of give them a bit of a makeover. Not much of one. I just took all the clothes off and, oh my god, that sounds weird. I took all their existing stuff off and replaced it with Snowy Escape items, so they're all pack restricted as well, and I'll upload like them to gallery if you want to download them. But yeah, they're a creative couple. They are, one of them is a style influencer, the other is a salary person, and yeah, they're quite cute. I quite like them, and yeah, I thought that this house suited them quite well, so I went and made them. And I think they're engaged, or they're just girlfriend and girlfriend, I can't remember. Either way, they're available to download as well. Or obviously you could put your own Sims in this house as well if you like. Also, didn't even notice, we must have got it in a Sims like SDX drop or whatever. We got light switches. Obviously they're not like, well, I don't know if they're functional actually. I doubt it, because you don't need them to be functional. But either way, we got little wall decoration light switches that are base game. And I was just like, oh my god, when did we get them? Very good. So yeah, I put them in every single room, and I probably will for the rest of my build in future. But yeah, for the rest of the house, obviously we've got a living room downstairs. It's quite like a big spacious area. Got the kitchen. Didn't put a dining table in the kitchen. I just wanted it to be a bit more like compact and just have like a breakfast bar and everything. And then for the upstairs bit, oh, I will say as well, I did the bathrooms like how it's like tradition in Mount Komorebi. So Snowy Escape takes inspiration from like Japan and things, and in Japan and in other countries, I'm sure like Asian countries, where the bathroom is like split in two. So you've got your toilet, and then you'd have like your shower and bath like in a separate room. So I've done that for this house. So there's like 3 bathrooms, but technically there's like 1 and then 2 like half bathrooms. So downstairs there's a toilet and sink, then there's a shower room, and then upstairs there's like a little ensuite shower room as well, for the like attached to the main bedroom. And yeah, I also used this paneling from base game. I don't think I ever used it, but I used it recently in a build that I did. Was it a build that I did? I can't remember. I used a green swatch of it in something. Oh, it might be this build. Oh, I don't remember, but I used it and I was like, oh, it looks nice actually. And then I thought I'd use it in this room because it's got like a wood sort of like texture to it, I guess. And I just thought it looked nicer, and I've used it, but I like it for having like an accent wall sort of thing. And then yeah, I also did an office for this build as well. The style influencer career, it's like a freelance career where like a lot of Sims will work from home. I think you can go to like a physical place, like go into like a rabbit hole, but I think for the most part it's like work from home, and you like interview Sims about their outfits and all that sort of stuff. I can't remember because it's been a while since I've played with that career. But yeah, I wanted them to have a little home office, and the other person in the relationship is a salaried person, and I think they use a computer from time to time as well. So I wanted them to have like an office, but also in time this could be like a spare bedroom for having a kid. Although I personally would not have my kid in a room where there's a balcony. But in The Sims it doesn't matter, like kids can't fall off balconies in The Sims, it's fine. And yeah, I really liked how the office turned out. It's sort of like, I don't know the word for it. It's got like a mid-century vibe to it, like with the colours, and a bit like a 70s sort of vibe to it with like the orange and the dark green. I'm not sure if like I'm using the right terms to describe it, but I just really like the look of it. And yeah, like I say, in a lot of my speed builds, it made me want to redecorate my office and totally change the way it looks. I think I'm going to keep it as it is. I've got white walls at the moment, but they're like an off-white colour. Or maybe it's just because I use cheap emulsion that like yellows with time, so it's like not quite white, not quite cream. But either way, I were going to like decorate it, but I think I'm going to leave it now and just sort of leave my office as it is. I keep having this like thought where I'm like, oh, just get rid of the office, put my computer back in my bedroom, have my kids have like their own rooms again. But then I'm like, no, because I've put all this effort into it. I really want to like make this work. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it for a bit. But you never know. I change my mind, like I change my, what do you change often? What's the, like I change my dinner. No, what is it? Change your mind more often than you have hot dinners, something like that. But yeah, I hope that you like this build, and I hope that you do download the save file if you want to download it. If you don't know how to download save files, I don't really know how to describe it in words, and I can't really like show you right now because I'm doing a voiceover for a speed build. Maybe I should do a short video on it. I'll write it in the description in like arrows. So you basically download it, send it to like your downloads or whatever. Obviously click the link, click download, it'll go to like your downloads folder, go into your documents folder, go into your Sims folder, like wherever that is. Is it documents? Oh my god, I'll put it in the description. That's what I mean, I'm not very good at explaining stuff like off the top of my head like that. But I'll put it in the description. But you basically drag and drop it into your save file. But before you do that, rename the save file. So a lot of the times, like if you have a lot of save files, you might have like save file 940. And if you download a save file that's also save file 940, it'll replace the one that you already had. So just rename it like a long number that you don't have. But yeah, it should be already renamed, I think, like the file name and everything. But just double check that. And if you're not sure, you can always rename the save file before you drag it into your saves, and just call it like save 9 million or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, also just YouTube it, just search on YouTube how to download save file Sims 4, it'll come up. But yeah, god, I've rambled on about nothing in this video. Usual, it's the usual. Also, I reckon I'm going to be filming my 3,000 subscriber video this weekend. I'm hoping. I've got a couple of things to work out first, but yeah, keep an eye out on that. Hopefully it'll get posted next week. I'm going to be recording a video with my partner, and yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. I feel like it's either going to be like a really long convoluted video, or it's just not going to go to plan. And yeah, I don't know, I've never really done out like this before. It's going to be like a gameplay video, and I've not really done gameplay with anybody like for a long time. I did gameplay with him ages ago. We did the Journey to Batu thing, and didn't play it for very long because it was boring. But yeah, I'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, keep an eye out on that. I'll post on the community tab when I'm uploading it. But it's my 3,000 subscriber video, so I'm excited to sort of record that. And I feel like I want to tell you what it's about, but I can't. I'm gonna like wait. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up the voiceover now. I feel like I didn't really talk about the build enough, but it's self-explanatory. It's a modern house in Mount Komorebi, and if you do want to download it and you're not bothered about the save file, my gallery ID is HutchPlays, and if you do want to download the save file, it's in the description. And feel free to check out the hashtag. Like if you search it on Twitter and Instagram, there'll be loads of builds that come up. So yeah, if you're interested in some pack restricted builds and a pack restricted save file, that's all there for you in the description. Thank you so much to Sophie the Sim, Plummy Sims and Sim Mackay for inviting me to be part of the collab. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye.